Hi there, high value writers. Question for you. How many times have you written an email that you think is quite nice, and yet all you get back is a phone call with questions? Or more emails, right? More discussion. That's not what we want when we email. We want to get our message across clearly the first time. So today, let's look at 2 quick ways to make sure our reader knows what we mean. All right, we'll start with a passage that I don't think is super clear for a reader. They might not really understand all the details or even why they're learning it. We will be holding a food drive in HR and accepting cans for donation for people facing difficulties in the pandemic starting in fall. You may donate non-perishable items. So it has information, but in what order and why, right? A reorg might look a little like this, and you'll notice it's even shorter, more concise. Human Resources will begin collecting cans for the food drive on August 1st. Place your donations in the drive-through bin at the Natomas branch parking lot by August 15th. We know a little more of what to do. We know what's happening and we know our role. And those are the 2 things I want to talk about today, making sure your point is clear and making sure the reader's role is also clear, because often that's all we need in a message, whether it's an email or a post or a DM. We've got that main point to set context, and then we have a request for them if needed. So what makes the second version there more clear is that it does both of those things. It says, hey, here's the point, and here's your role as well. So how do we do that? Let's break down that main point. Well, I think the best way to write a main point is to walk through the 5 W's in your mind. Who, what, where, when, why. Writing those out, thinking, do I need to cover these in my main point, will keep you honest. It'll make sure you look and decide, what information does my reader really need? Which of these W's do they need? And so an example of putting those together in a nice, concise sentence is to my left now. The team will analyze the included data for bias in their virtual session Thursday. We cover 5 W's. We tell them everything. Hey, this analysis is coming up. Why? Because there might be bias in the data. When are we going to do it? Where are we going to do it? Virtually. We've got all of that. That is a good main point sentence because it clarifies those 5 things for a reader. Now, it's also kind of easy to follow because, as opposed to the crossed out one, those 5 W's help us be really clear and specific. So maybe I want to talk about new training options. Well, if I just said we have expanded our training options to provide more virtual learning opportunities, that's nice, but it doesn't have all the details a reader might want. We'd have to still include more sentences. But if we start with those W's, we've got the when, beginning in April 23rd, the city will provide, who and what, additional virtual training options for new employees. And so we know where it's happening, virtually, when, and even why, because people are new and they need to learn. So we get more information that way. Similarly, we could do something like maybe we're sending in some kind of materials. We will discuss the attached 3 briefings in our next session and we'll be asking for input. It's all right, but let's get a little more detailed. What am I going to want people to do? Please review the attached 3 briefings to prepare, couple strong verbs, for a discussion in our next session. And so we're telling them not only our main point, but what we want back. And so putting those 2 together works great. And often when I've written my point and their role, I'm done with my first paragraph of an email or even a post or a text. Maybe I'm done with the whole thing. Couple quick examples of doing both. Unfortunately, we cannot approve your loan application at this time. You will qualify to reapply in 6 months and can do so by filling out the attached form. Whole message is there, the context, what's up, and then the call to action or what they need to do. Okay, one more quick example. We're offering 3 new wellness classes this fall. Register through the link below. That's probably all you need to put in that particular post or email. All right, so 2 quick ways to make sure your reader's not confused. Say your main point real clearly, probably with 5 W's and really soon in your email, document, or post. And make sure you clarify their role too. All right, let me know how it goes in the comments. Please subscribe to the channel if you like what you're learning, and I'll see you next time.